Hello, hello, hello. Today, I'm talking about actions and results. Specifically, how every single action has a result. Makes sense, right? I know you're like, that's it? All right, end of the deal. Now, here's why that matters. Everything that you do results in something. Whether you see it or not, whether you know what that result is, you can rest assured that there is some result. Even in the smallest of actions, me waving my hand here, there is a result there. Maybe I don't know all of them and where it ends up and how it affects everything, but there is a result, right? There's the air moving, there's particles in the air that move, maybe the wind moves a fly out of the way. I don't know, but there is a result. All right, I hope we're on the same page there. So here's why that matters. Everything you do is generating results. The results are rippling out from you. And the closer they are to you, the more you're going to feel them. I think that makes intuitive sense. But regardless, you're creating results. And since you're creating this bubble of results, so to speak, around you, this is going to affect what you experience. So, why that really, really matters is because you have the amazing capacity to use this amazing human brain to think about the results. You might not be able to pinpoint every single one and get it down, but simply by taking the time to think about what likely results come from the actions that you choose to engage in, you increase your awareness, you increase the probability that you will take results that benefit yourself. If you don't think about the results you're generating through your actions, then you're kind of similar to maybe like a pinball in a pinball machine. Whatever angle the surface is at, you just bounce off that surface. Or like maybe one of those, wind up toys. They don't have these anymore, but when I was a kid, you wind the little thing in the back of the toy and then you let go and it slowly unwinds and then it just walks. That's it. It just reacts very, you can very easily see how it's going to react. There's no choice it can make. Well, you know what? I don't think I'm going to step my left foot down right now. It's just going to react. And we can be like this if we don't take the time to think about what we're doing. If we just habitually react, we just react with whatever we reacted in the past, we just do the same thing. We don't think. Somebody says this to us, then we react like this. You don't talk to me like that, yada, yada. Whatever you say, however you act. If it's the same, then it's going to generate a very, very similar result over and over again for you. And this is how people find themselves in same situations all the time. Why is everybody always against me? Man, I can't believe it. This always happens to me. How come I'm always getting fired? How come my partner is always cheating on me? I'm not saying it's all your fault, but you are more responsible than you know. And that might be a tough pill to swallow, but when you swallow it, you'll give yourself a lot of power to, let me think about this, all right? That doesn't mean accepting blame for everything, but it means accepting responsibility for the things that you choose to do. And the more you stop and think and say, this is what I've always done in this spot. What have I always gotten? Let me analyze this and see how I can modify my behavior. And every tiny little shift in the action you choose will result in a tiny shift in the result. And those tiny shifts in result eventually become big, big differences in your life. The butterfly effect, you guys all know that one, right? The butterfly flaps its wings, yada, yada, yada. It's a similar principle. Everything matters. You're on a path. Your actions are putting you on a path to take you to a certain place. And if you keep acting the same way, you go to the same destination. If you subtly modify your behavior, then your path shifts just a little bit. And just a little shift at the beginning ultimately ends up in a big, big difference in where you end up. So the real reason this is so important to know that every single action has a result is so you can be aware of what action you're choosing to take. For you are choosing, right? If you're not choosing, then you're really just a robot. You're just like this thing that looks like a person, but you're like an NPC in a video game. You've just been programmed to act this way over and over again. I am this way. Don't tell me I am lazy. I am this. I am that. You label yourself and you're stuck by doing that. You don't have to be, but you are if you label yourself like that. Every action has a result, and you have the capability to think about the actions you choose to take and begin to make small adjustments that will eventually become huge, huge differences in what you're experiencing. I hope this was helpful. And if you need any more or you want to talk some more, then hit me up, Facebook message me, hit me on Instagram at Sean Plummer Coaching. Go to my website, www.seanplummer.com. Hit me up. I'll have a talk with you, and maybe we can both enlighten each other. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good week.